Hey, everybody. This is the Part Where podcast, the podcast where three best friends talk about their love and hate for TV shows, movies, and the parts within them. My name is John Scott Massey, and I am here with.
Megan Patterson.
Wow, Haley Brock.
And
We're one entity
Gotcha.
now. There's
Oh.
just two of us.
So close, so close. And we are talking about Doom Patrol this week. Woo woo, Doom Patrol. I'm excited. I think I watched this first.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I kind of suggested it, so I'm super excited about this. So Doom Patrol, what did you guys think?
I liked it.
You liked it? Yeah, just
Yeah.
general, like, were you okay with it?
I'll be honest, I watched the pilot episode and I got very worried that I wasn't gonna like it. But I ended up liking it.
Yeah, I think I have very strong feelings about it,
Mhm.
both in the positive and the negative column. Because I love a show that just embraces its stupidity,
Yes.
like it revels in it.
100%.
I think there are a few missteps, but overall,
Yeah.
a show you can just watch.
hmm
Yeah.
The first episode throws you in the deep end.
Yeah.
It's just like, here we go, guys. Let's
I
go.
was okay. I also really liked how it just embraces how stupid it is,
Mhm.
but I was definitely, there were a couple of things that they introduced right off the bat and I was like, oh boy, these could be really bad depending on how they do it. So I was
Yes.
concerned, but yeah, overall I liked it.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into our favorite characters like we do every time. Let's get into it. One of my favorite characters is Negative Man Larry. I really
Yeah.
enjoy him. I think he's a very interesting character, and I think you get a lot more of his backstory than some other people. So
Mhm.
there's definitely a lot of time like given to him, and I really enjoy that.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
cur-
his relationships are really
Mhm.
interesting,
yeah.
both with
Yeah.
the negative spirit and with his
Mhm.
ex-boyfriend, especially
Oof.
once you realize that
Mhm.
it's actually him
Mhm.
in his dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
that episode when it's near the end where he
Mhm.
gets to go like meet with him
Mhm.
is so touching and moving.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, you didn't
Yeah.
expect it from this kind of show.
No,
Yeah.
here's the thing though. I was screaming at him the whole time to just go fucking talk to this guy. Which I think you're supposed to, because
Yeah.
obviously he's a coward and obviously
Mhm.
that's something that he works on over the course of the
Oh, yeah.
season. But yeah, no, I was definitely like, oh my fucking god, just go talk to
Just
him.
go.
You know you want to. Like,
Definitely, like, seeing the two of them, and like, I know he doesn't age because he
Yeah.
obviously has a spirit, but also like seeing a man who's fully lived his life, embraced who
Mhm.
he is, and this
Yeah.
man who is stuck
mhm.
Yeah.
figuratively in this state of 1940s
Mhm.
house
Mhm.
husband.
Yeah.
It's very
Mhm.
interesting to see them.
I also love, like you said, his relationship with the negative energy.
Yeah.
The scene of him at the bus station and he just
Yeah.
keeps trying to go, but the energy's like,
Yeah.
no, we're staying here. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
We're staying, we're helping. Like, and so it kind of gives you this kind of outline of what the negative energy feels. And it's just like, no, I want to help people at this point. You're
Honestly,
too invested in them, so I'm invested in them.
besides Cyborg, the spirit may be the most like heroic good.
Oh,
of
yeah.
Definitely. For sure.
I mean,
the spirit out of everyone is also the one who like did the least wrong.
Mhm.
Like
it is also like one of the more chaotic things in the series.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
Full
the
chaotic
episode,
bit.
like when he tries to set boundaries, he's like, we got to set some
Mhm.
ground rules or something, and he
It
just
sets him on the
he
ceiling.
just puts him in the ceiling. Like, no, that's not how this works.
We love the sass. We love the
Yes.
mute sass.
100% sass.
Mute body
So, yeah.
shared sass.
Yeah, I love Larry and the negative energy and everything about it. I think Larry is cool. I think the energy is cool, and I like the way that they use it. That Larry, when the energy is out of him, is just
Yeah.
done. He's
Speaking
just
of, how did the negative spirit get him up into the ceiling though? Like, can he pick him up or like?
sure.
Because he never picks
Maybe.
anything else up. He just
That's
goes
true.
through electronics and stuff. I love it, but I was just
Yeah.
curious. I was like, how did
Maybe
this...
he made him sleepwalk.
How did this happen? Yeah,
He made him sleepwalk into the rafters.
yeah.
I just assume that it can do whatever it wants, whenever it
Mhm.
wants. All right. Other favorite characters, guys?
I'm gonna kind of cheat a little bit and say Jane's whole system.
Yep, that was
Jane's
what I
whole
was also gonna
system,
say.
okay.
That was also
Because
my thing. So
I love Jane. I know she's
Mhm.
such a complex character.
Yep.
But I also have a very soft spot for Hammerhead.
Oh, I have
Yes.
specifically Hammerhead in my favorite
Hammerhead
characters.
for sure. I
Penny
like
Farthing.
Penny Farthing too.
Mhm.
When
Penny
you
Farthing is
go
just
into
really
the
solid.
system in the underground, and
Mhm.
she's like,
Yeah.
with her thing with Clint or Clint.
Jane is such an interesting just model for a character. It's kind of like what they did in Split with James McAvoy, but like well, okay, like the same
Here's the
sort
thing.
of thing.
Here's the
She
thing.
has
Here's the
DID,
thing.
yes.
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 Here's the thing that scared me the most going into the first episode is they
Mhm.
introduced Jane, and I was like, I really like her, but she is a character with DID, and
Mhm.
generally the media has a very bad track record
Yeah.
of depicting
I
characters with
think too.
DID. I was extremely, extremely concerned with how they were going to handle her whole thing, and I
Mhm.
think they did a good job in the
Yeah.
end. I don't have DID or know
Yeah.
anyone with DID, but I was very scared and I
Yeah.
was very relieved.
Mhm.
And I really liked Jane's character just as a character, and
Yes.
also all of the other personalities that we get to see.
Mhm.
I
A
thought were
side
really
note
cool.
of if you are interested in DID and representation and how Split has done a lot of wrong,
Oh,
the YouTube channel Multiplicity in Me is really interesting. It's run by a system with DID, interesting with like how you live
Interesting.
with DID, who the different alters are, getting to know alters as people
Mhm.
rather than just
Gotcha.
the body. Very interesting, highly recommend.
All right. Either way, I think it's a great way that they do it. And I think
Yeah.
I've
I've also seen I was desperately trying to search to see if they had done any like consultation or like to see people with DID weighing in on the
Mhm.
show, and I couldn't find anything because all the articles that came up were just like about Jane in general. So I
think-
didn't find anything. I don't know if you did.
See, I was looking for people with DID
Yeah,
actually
too.
reviewing it.
Mhm.
I actually tweeted at Multiplicity and
Oh,
Me,
really?
we'll see if they respond. I found one Reddit thread of someone whose best friend has DID.
I found that. I was just about to talk about it because that's what I found.
But yeah, and I read an interview with Diane Guerrera, who plays Jane,
Yeah.
and she used some terminology that isn't exactly what I think is the preferred terminology,
Okay.
which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if
how
I
much
saw
research
that.
she did in particular.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw that exact interview, but I did also
Mhm.
see an interview that I like skimmed through with her, and she had said like she's dealt with mental health stuff, but mostly just like depression kind of mental
Okay.
health stuff before. So which is cool. She said she could sympathize, but like I was like I also don't know if she had any consultants or anything. She said, and the one that I saw, she said she had a journal that was filled with like pages of pages for every single character, and I think she did a good job of portraying the
she's
different
an
characters.
amazing
Very, very
actor,
good. But yeah, I don't know how much she did research. I would be interested. I would love to see the behind the scenes of if they had like consultants and stuff, because I think they should have, and I'm not sure if they did. But either way, like yeah, no. But I saw on that Reddit thread someone was saying that they thought the show did a really good job of portraying the underground and how that whole thing
Yeah.
works, because people a
Inner
lot of the
world.
times will have things like that, or like
Mhm.
a house that all the like personalities live in different rooms or whatever. So I thought that was cool. So we'll talk about that episode later, I
Yes.
think.
Yes. Oh,
But,
definitely.
yeah. So Jane's system was also my
Mhm.
pick. But if I have to go with just another good mention,
Mhm.
I want to shout out to Morally Corrupt, because I love her. The drag queen
Oh,
who used to be in
yes.
the
Yes.
Bureau of Normalcy.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And then
Who's
goes
that?
to Danny Street. Also Danny Street. Wait, I'm gonna shout out to
Danny Street, best character.
Danny is amazing.
Oh, such
Great.
a good character.
Or they're
really
they're
good.
great.
They're awesome. Yeah, those are my shout outs.
Another favorite character, I really enjoyed Robot Man.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Cliff. I enjoy Cliff. I think
That's like a Scott character.
it really is. It really is. He is just he for some reason, like in the series, he plays the straight man so much of the time, where he is just like, what is going on? Like just
I
like
love
I
how
think
often for a superhero show, how often the characters go, "What the fuck?
what the fuck? Holy shit!" Because just why? What is
Because
going
nobody
on?
ever does that in a superhero show.
No,
It's great.
never. So I enjoy Cliff. I enjoy his kind of story. You know, he is a terrible human being,
Yep.
but he is
They
somehow
all-
this
yeah.
morally good robot, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
He's
Like-
a very interesting, and I of course love Brendan Urie, so it's
Yeah,
very exciting.
Brendan
Urie.
Brendan Urie.
Brendan Fraser.
I also love Brendan Urie, but Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was excited to see him doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
He
seems.
actually doesn't play the robot.
I was
though?
gonna ask. I was gonna
Oh,
look it up.
no,
I
he
forgot to
doesn't.
do it.
Yeah.
Does he not? They have
He's
a different
just the
person.
voice.
That's
Yeah.
kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just the voice. But I think the person who is also doing the movement of like the robot
yeah,
is
he's so good.
awesome.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
expressive.
being able to like portray.
Especially because it's such a like intentionally, it's such a not like intricate prop. Like it looks.
Yeah.
It's supposed to look decrepit, and it
Mhm.
does. But it's like, especially for that, whoever it is that does it, it does
Speaking
good
of
job.
that-
Whoever's controlling the blinking of the
Yes.
eyes,
Mhm.
like it adds to
good.
the
Yes.
comedic timing so much.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Speaking of that, one thing I didn't like was when you first see the robot, like when it's when Rita holds up the mirror to him and it's definitely CGI. And you were
We use
I don't even
CGI is a
remember.
lot.
yeah, it was like super CGI. and
Why?
Meh. But then like
I guess it's hard
once
to
you got,
film a
like,
mirror
yeah,
scene.
once you
Well-
got like clothes and stuff on him, it looked better. And like it was an actual like
Mhm.
person instead of just like something sitting in a chair.
Gotcha. I'd have to go
Um,
back and look at it because I
Yeah, it just
only watched it
looks
once
just
for-
looks weird and janky.
yeah.
But I love the character. I love, kind of his journey throughout the thing. And the fact that he's the most screwed up in the head, but he's trying to help everybody else out with like the therapy and all that kind of stuff. So yes, Cliff Steele is one of my favorites.
Talking about good robot boys, I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring up Cyborg.
Of
I
course.
love him.
Yeah.
Obviously, I grew up in Teen Titans.
Right.
I was
Oh,
waiting
oh,
for
of
the
course.
Booyah. They teased the Booyah a lot, and then we finally got it.
Yep.
And I'm the woman on
Haley's
Tinder.
I was just about to say
Yeah.
Haley's the woman on Tinder.
Oh my gosh. I really enjoy the way that they're taking this version of Cyborg.
I thought it was very fun to have someone who's like conventionally a hero and put
Mhm.
him in this team of absolute misfit assholes.
Yes.
Just total assholes and Cyborg.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so
and
interesting to me.
I love that. I love him being a part of it.
I was worried when they first, because they don't introduce him right away with everyone
Mhm.
else. So I was like, oh no, is he just like a side or character? And then he
Yeah.
got like really entangled and everything.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, this is
Yeah,
fun. Like, I'm
second
very
episode,
glad
you
that
just,
he
like-
like stuck around.
And all the stuff with his dad too is really cool.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you don't know exactly what's the truth yet, and neither does he.
Yeah.
So
No, it
it-
really gets you doubting. Like,
Yeah.
you're like,
I
how
was
much?
so sus of that.
Yeah, I was.
Mhm.
I still am, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, I know. Well, I'm like, yeah, I'm sus of the dad, his system, like,
Mhm.
just it's all very. That would be such a terrible situation to be in, to be him.
Oh my god.
Like, oh my god.
And the worst thing is being able to see the footage. Like
Yeah.
footage of like your mistake and being able to replay it over and over again.
and over and over
You'd
again.
think
Oh my
there'd be
God.
some sort of lock on the footage or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Like just watching it over and over, it feels very like.
There's like that's got to do something to you.
It's just
Ugh.
how my brain works at all times.
Yeah. I
Ugh.
guess. Yeah.
But yes, I do enjoy Cyborg as
Mhm.
well in this series. Megan, any other characters
I
that
don't-
you wanted to kind of
I
highlight?
think we've really touched on everyone. I don't. Do we want to go through the main cast? We could talk about Rita, right? Is that who we haven't talked about yet?
Rita, Chief, Mr. Nobody.
True.
Oh, I
Um,
do want to talk about Mr. Nobody.
I think he's
I'm a
Yeah.
big
wonderfully
Alan
done.
Tudyk fan.
He's so well.
Alan
Yeah.
Tudyk, and the fact that
Oh,
he's the
he does a good
narrator for
job.
the whole thing.
He does such
is
a good job
so
with that.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's talk about Mr. Nobody. I like Mr.
Mr.
Nobody.
I
I-
love
Oh, go ahead.
that he just gets demoted in the final episode. Like that feels like a season 3 thing to happen, and they're like,
Yeah.
no, he's
No.
demoted already.
I do want to talk about later, probably the like very unconventional way they ended their first season.
Yeah.
Right? Like we can talk about that later, but like that's definitely part of it.
Mhm.
Is him just like he's
Yeah.
suddenly just there.
And it makes
Um,
it makes it that much more like unique in its own way, because this is definitely a unique show from anything
Yeah.
else we've gotten
Yeah.
from DC or Marvel at this point. So I think doing that for your first season and having your main baddie not get his final battle is super
Yeah.
cool, because that means we can have it in season 2 and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I also I don't know how they did the CGI with his body, but I thought it was really fun.
It's
The
super
like
cool.
face melted and the like
Yeah.
sectional body
Oof.
parts.
I like being able
want
to
to know how
see
this is
into it. It's
animated.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
like when he moves and you can like see into the.
Mhm.
It's like it's obviously not like the highest budget of CGI, but
no.
it looks really cool.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
Exactly. Do we want to talk about Rita? I like Rita.
I feel like we should talk about her just because we talked about like all the
Mhm.
other.
We talked
like,
about everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Rita.
I like Rita. She definitely has a whole lot more like emotional time than some other characters. She's got a whole lot of like, no, I'm dealing with stuff inside me right now.
And
I
she's
mean,
pretty
they
much
all
supposed to
do.
realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Mhm.
really like oh, I can mention the episode with the cult patrol or whatever,
Yes.
where Elliot's there and she's talking to Elliot and she like gets him down off the ledge and they go out to the bench and stuff.
Mhm.
That was really like, I don't know, that one really like hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really, this is talking about scenes, whatever, I'm jumping to scenes now, but
That's
like
fine.
the scene where Elliot disappears from the bench while she's like, let's do
Oh.
anything you want. Okay, here's the thing, is I was still a little concerned because this is early in the season, so I was still
Mhm.
like getting to the point where I was like, yes, this show's on the level, like let's, I'm into it. So I was like, the way they like set it up for some reason in my head was setting off alarm bells that they were going to try to pull a comedic flip, because they do that a lot in this show where they'll like
Yes.
do something really comedic after like a serious moment, which isn't like bad, and they establish it, but like I was sitting there, I was like, shit, like I don't really want to see that, like this is such like a moment, and then the fact that he just disappears and he's just gone, and I was like, oh, and it hit me that much harder because I was like, oh, it's not a funny, like I like she says, let's do anything you want, and like for some reason the first thing my brain went to was like, oh my god, they're gonna have him go like, well, I've always wanted to have sex or something as a joke, and then something serious will happen, but like
Yeah.
no, he didn't say anything. He disappears and then we don't see him again. Where is Elliot? Give me the answers. Anyway, that whole emotional scene where she's realized like she wants to help and then she fails like so spectacularly and it literally falls apart in her hands. Is like, ooh, ouch.
No, there's definitely something to be said for them using the comedy to heighten the dramatic moments as well. I think a show that can pull it off well, really, like sometimes people try to do it, but it just falls flat, but they really honed that skill.
Yeah.
Also, just getting her to realize like her, like the way to use her powers without like the whole like arm pushes and things that she does, and I feel like we're gonna see a whole lot more of that, which is really cool. And the fact she is named Elastigirl.
Is she really?
Yes, that is her name, and I realized that.
What?
I realized that I was looking at the IMDb. She is Elastigirl, and I was like, oh, Incredibles, okay. I don't know like when things were things or anything like that, but
wild. Mrs. Incredible's secret backstory.
Yeah, exactly.
They got red hair.
Yeah, they got that. What year is that vibe? Decade? I don't do time. I'm sorry. Never mind.
80s, 90s, 80s, something.
No, it's not 80s.
Wasn't
She's like 50.
She's the oldest one.
I thought
she's
you were
the first
talking about
one.
The Incredibles.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay, no, yeah, I think it's 50s actress. I just watched the recap of season 1.
Yeah. Well, and I was talking about the Incredibles heyday, not like when Incredibles actually takes place. So that's because that's earlier, right? Like they do that whole vibe, and I was like, it's a similar kind of time frame. I'm not good at decades.
You're good.
But yeah.
We forgot to say, but we are just covering season 1.
Yes.
There are no spoilers for
yes.
Yes, we're gonna do some stuff on YouTube for season 2, going in, like episode by episode. And we're just they're gonna be like 20-minute snippets of talking about the episode and like what we think about it and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's more in depth.
And I'm excited for that. I think it's gonna be
fun.
Cool. Let's talk about least favorite characters.
It's Niles. I hate Niles.
Oh my god, I was gonna say Niles too.
Good. Okay, because I have it on there. All three of us are in agreement on this. This is the one.
We agree.
You are supposed to hate him.
Yeah.
By the end of the series, it's good, but like I also just don't like him in general.
They're all obviously assholes. They all do terrible things, and obviously we also get to see a lot more of the backstory and the growth from the other characters over Niles, because Niles has been at this place for like a long ass time. But like his reasoning behind doing all of the extremely shitty things that he does is just like non-existent. Like everyone else, literally, like even Mr. Nobody, like is it's a stupid reason, but he has a reason. Like
he just wants,
we just rescued Dorothy, right?
Yes.
So we'll probably see more about whatever his deal is to come. But as of now, I'm like,
yes.
What is his redeeming quality? Like,
I feel like everyone's gonna forgive him. Like, he killed
I hope
his
not.
wife.
I hope not. I honestly
I don't want him to be like redeemed or quote unquote whatever. Like I'm not there for like those shoehorned things, but I just like there's no reason. Like I can get behind a villain who has a good reason, even if I don't like them and their methods and stuff as a person. But he doesn't have a good reason or a good method. Like it's
not a good reason.
Fuck up people's lives. Also, I am curious though, like. Did he specifically, so he put in these requests like beforehand and then they find people that like match that. So I'm assuming they found Jane, who has multiple personalities and like no family.
Yeah.
And then they found, so like, did he put in like, find me an asshole race car driver? Like nobody's gonna miss because his family life's a mess. Like, like how did he put in the like requests for that? Why did he pick all these people with family? Like, why would you pick people with like children and shit?
Why Larry?
Yeah. Why Larry? Yeah. Why not like, there's got to be some other like pilot guy who doesn't have a family. Like,
I mean, maybe he was the only one that was going up there.
Maybe. And I mean, his family life wasn't the greatest. Yeah. And like, obviously, everyone was able to leave and move on. But like, damn. Also, well, no, I'll bring that up later. Yeah, no, Niles.
Also, Rita was like a famous movie star.
Yeah,
true.
Like,
but she was dropping off in popularity at that point, I think.
That's true.
No, this was like her big comeback, right? Because she was.
Yeah, it was her. Yeah.
Okay.
And then she like traded women.
And
yes.
Bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So.
Well, and everyone saw her. Like everyone else, like died, but people saw her walk away.
Yeah.
Like becoming a blob. So, like,
what happens on set?
Oh, you know what? Oh, I did want to mention this while we were talking about like Rita and Niles and this whole thing is that it's really interesting the way that they frame it at first to be like she gets this guy fired and then the whole crew is like staring at her, so they frame it so that the crew like did this to her and like collapsed the bridge and stuff, but it's like, oh, it was Niles. Like Niles is the one who did this to her. Like that's awesome. Like in retrospect, like that's so it's the way they like frame it is so great because like it's totally justified like for the crew to like and it's just a harmless prank if you don't know that like it was intended for her to find this thing, but like
also if crews want to kill actors, they should be legally allowed to.
Honestly, if the actor is that much of a shithead, like
God. Yeah,
you're working 14 hours at a time. Actors are cranky,
and one person wants you to leave set.
Yeah. It's I mean obviously they show you all the terrible things these characters have done. They don't shy away from it, which is great, and then you get to see the growth, but it's definitely like they introduce these characters and it's like you were hard to like.
Yes.
Like immediately.
I did some time with.
Yeah. So Niles, he has no redeeming qualities as of yet. He might, and
everyone just loves him so much, and I'm like, why?
Yeah. I mean, I
don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know, man.
Obviously, I didn't live decades of living with him or whatever, but it's like, damn.
Ugh.
I don't like when Jane makes her switch where she's like, I want to find Niles because I care about him and like see him as a father figure too. I want to find Niles because I need fucking answers for why he was gonna put me in a loony house again, but a different kind of loony house. Like I appreciated that because like that would be why I'd want to find him too.
Yeah. Another of my kind of least favorite characters. I did not like one of Jane's personalities, and you're not supposed to like them. It is Karen.
Yeah.
It's Karen. I didn't like Karen.
I forgot about Karen for a second.
Goes to Karen, the name.
Yeah.
I kind of like
That's
Karen.
Hilarious.
I think she's funny.
I do think she's funny. I like...
And you get it. Like a traumatized little girl that idealized a romantic comedy.
Yeah.
I get where she comes from.
Well, and I
get
think,
it.
Like, I think her power is funny, too. Like, that it would, like, manifest that way.
That whole episode just made me kind of, like, meh. But it did lead us into one of the best. Yeah. The series.
Should we talk about, are we getting to that point?
We can start
talking about Do you have more bad characters, or?
No, let's say favorite episodes.
Let's do it.
Episodes. Mine as well.
That's
on 3. 1, 2, 3. Jane Patrol. It is so good.
I love seeing how all the alters see themselves. Diving into Jane's psyche. I think it's super interesting that we get to see her inner world, the underground. Penny Farthing. Love her.
I loved the conductor of the train.
Oh, me
yeah,
too.
totally.
Yes.
Yeah, just being like, no, this is what I do.
Oh,
This is my
I don't
job.
remember her number. Conductor 8?
8?
I think it's 8.
It's like in an infinity.
Yeah, I think it's 8.
8.
Yeah, I like her.
So I like, no, this is my job. I don't want to go up to the surface. Like, this is what I'm here for.
Yeah.
So
it's,
that episode is really good.
I'm a big fan of her and Cliff's relationship.
Yeah.
He needs a daughter and she needs a father.
Yeah.
And so they kind of balance each other out.
Yeah, and they're both really bad at it.
So bad at it.
It works somehow.
There is one moment in here that I find very interesting and maybe isn't my favorite.
Okay.
I'd love to hear it.
When Jane is heading to the well and Cliff is chasing her, he's confronted by one of her alters.
I was wondering if you're gonna read that.
Continue. Only will let women through.
Yes.
And Cliff
she says only no man can.
No
pass.
man. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think Cliff has a breakthrough that he's not really a man.
Yes.
Which I think is interesting in regards to like exploring gender and what it means to be away from your body, whether you would still identify the same.
Right.
It more as like, I was a crappy dad rather than actual gender. And I think it's kind of creepy to like bypass this clearly like protector of Jane's system after she was abused by men to have this other man.
No, I definitely immediately when you said that, because that's the exact same kind of like vibe I got from it. I was wondering if you're gonna bring that part up, and then like I did want to mention, and I know this is like a callback, and so like I can't like say it was a bad choice or anything, but just the fact that like when he finally like rips off all his flesh, he's standing there, and then whatever her name is like drags her fingers down his chest and then grabs his like crotch. I know it's a callback to when. No. In that episode, she does it too. When she's like, "You're right, like you're no man" or whatever. And I know it's a callback to when Hammerhead does it before. But there's something about the implication there too that like, oh yeah, this is for sure. Now that I'm tapping your crotch, I know that like you're not a man. Like I don't know. Like before, like when Hammerhead does it, it's like obviously like a goading thing. Yeah. It's more of like an I'm actually letting you through thing. So it's like a little different to me. I get it's a callback and I appreciate that, but it didn't sit quite right with me. But yeah, the whole I thought it was very cool. Well, here's the thing. I thought in the moment that it was very cool, the like imagery of him peeling off his like human facade.
Humanness,
it was super cool, and like I would love for them to have like really got into that. But then in the next episode, he's back to being like, I'm trapped in a robot body or something. Like they do it again multiple times after that point, and I'm like, interesting that they chose to like have him make this breakthrough, but then it's not like, I mean, obviously like not all change is like finite and like absolute, but it was very like. There was some line that he said that really broke the illusion for me, and I was like, did he change at all, or like, what's going on? So that scene was very interesting. I would agree. But that episode is very good.
Overall, it is very good. And then any other favorite episodes?
I'm gonna throw out Danny Patrol.
I have that too. That's written my next one.
Danny Patrol is very good.
For a musical number in the middle of an episode.
Yes.
And I think the song fits him so well.
Yeah.
And he has a nice voice.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It's a nice moment of him being Larry for once instead of
in his head at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it is fun. And the way they tease you to think that like, oh, he like did it, and then he like didn't.
Yeah.
And it's like, is this real or what is happening right now? Especially like once he's back to like being his like face and stuff. It's like, okay.
But one of the stupidest jokes that I actually really like when they're introducing Danny and saying they're gender fluid and use non-binary pronouns, and then Cyborg does like a questioning look, and she's just like, "Oh, the cyborg doesn't understand non-binary."
Yes.
1, 0, 0.
That was the best. That was the greatest joke.
But I love it.
Oh no, I lost it. That was excellent. It was very good.
I think it's very interesting to have a character that just is a place.
I love it. I love Danny the Street. They are so cool. They did nothing wrong. They just want people to be happy.
Yeah.
The Dannysons, like having a mythical like time warping place that's also a sentient being that cares about people who are outsiders and like fringes to society is so fun. Like I just really like a literal safe haven that like can go wherever, and people are just like, chilling. I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah, and it feels like good that that's where their final battle is.
Yeah.
Like, they're fighting for the safety of like people who are other.
I was worried about Danny. I was like, wait, if everyone's gone, then how are they? Like, they said their heart would stop if everyone was gone. What's happening? And then fucking Beard Hunter is the one who's there keeping them alive.
Well, I forgot to talk about Beard Hunter when Lily's favorite character is Beard.
I was gonna bring it up, but then I was like, I don't know.
As a person with one, no.
I mean, they make him very gross on purpose.
Yes, but that's disgusting. That is so gross.
Oh god, it's really
oh god. The Beard Hunter.
I do have a question. So since they show him tracking down to where Dorothy is that because Dorothy has a beard, or is that because, and if she does, how did it get into Niles' drain? But if not, is it just because they share DNA or what? Because like they show when he tracks Niles down, he goes down the stairs that like we see Jane go down. But I mean, obviously we haven't started season 2, so I don't know if they've already answered
Maybe
this,
it was like a last known location.
Oh.
Or no, I guess that was in the bus.
No, yeah, because I don't know.
Unless Mr. Nobody allowed Niles to go see his daughter.
Yeah, I don't know, because I was like, unless she like lived there at some point and her hair was also in the drain. But
and like nobody remembers Dorothy.
I don't know, yeah.
Interesting. I just kind of figured it was because they entered the white space from Danny. But I suppose you wouldn't have
No, but he was there first.
Yeah, he was there before it.
He was there first, and they needed Flex to get into the white space. It wasn't Danny the street. It was the
getting
Flex
into the white space with Flex. Oh,
yeah, that's a moment.
That was a time.
That was a thing.
I was caught completely off guard. I was watching it out in my living room with the sound on, and somebody walked by, and I went, "Oop."
Yeah, it's definitely a turn down the volume situation.
Yes. I immediately put in my headphones and was just like, this isn't what you think it is. It's a superhero show.
It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot. I was sitting there, I was like, how do you react when you get that script? Like, I know it's this show, but like you're sitting there as an actor, you're like, all right, we're all standing on a street.
Standing on a street, and this just happens.
Imagine being an extra for it. God. Like, all right, guys.
All right, who can fake an orgasm? That's our casting call.
Who can do this? Then you also have the Beard Hunter in the background as well.
Fucking God, with the beard guy. And then Danny the Street and all of the like imagery that they shoot.
And the fireworks and stuff at the end.
Fireworks and the fucking flappy balloon dude. God. Yeah, that's a whole time.
This series is just like,
they really just go there.
They're just they pull no punches, and I think that's good. That is good for something like this. It's just
and they really own it. It's not like it's not like a half-hearted like maybe we could be funny if we try to do this kind of thing. No, it's just like this is here.
We're doing
this. Is here. That's there. This is normal.
Wow.
Yeah, but Danny Patrol is
a good episode.
We got very sidetracked. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm trying to think of other episodes that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed just like bits and pieces of episodes is the thing.
Yeah.
Because I like
the running threads were good. Because like the episodes were, if you like take the running threads out, they're pretty disjointed. But, I liked the way they wove the story so that it like still felt like a cohesive.
Yeah.
It's not like it doesn't feel episodic. Everything's like feels like it flows through each other.
You know, there are very distinct like whole like arcs.
For sure.
Very whole.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. They balanced it well somehow. Like I felt like the flow was pretty good.
Like I like different parts of like Therapy Patrol when Cliff is trying to get everybody into therapy. But
I liked how they started. I like how the Therapy Patrol started. I thought it was really fun to see all of the different mornings like over and over again and how they like overlapped. And then they end with Mr. Whiskers.
Yeah.
Mr. Whiskers.
God.
One of my favorite moments is when they all enter the white space for the first time and they're all separated and in their dream world and have nobody's offer. I love that moment so much.
That's really good. Yeah. Just getting to see everybody's been like, no. Like, I don't want to do this. This is my old life. I'm okay with my new life.
Well, and they're all sitting there and they're like sitting there and you can clearly see them thinking like, I could fall back into being this shitty person so easily. Like, look how far I've come that I'm not anymore, but I could. Like, it'd be so easy to just go back to it. And like, I like that they like struggled. No, he did totally for sure. He just went straight back into it. One other thing that I wanted to mention about that particular scene, actually, now that it's just come up, for in Jane's scene when she's in her like she has the barricade up and then she's watching the TV and stuff, and Jane wants to stay, and it's like Hammerhead who's like, no, like we have to leave.
Yeah.
Which I love, first of all, but I really loved the attention to detail, and I mean this just makes logical sense, but for some reason it like really struck me that when they're having their tug of war over the body, like in that scene, like in every other scene since this is a show with superpowers and magic and stuff, you see the shimmery effect, and the costume changes for her every time she changes between personalities, and they don't do it in that scene, obviously, because she doesn't have the powers yet, but it's like really cool that like I don't know, because it's very like that one's
I didn't
more
notice
like
that.
they don't, because she always has the tattoos, and the Hammerhead has tattoos and the dark eyeshadow and stuff. They don't do it in that scene. And I was like watching it, it's really cool, like they don't do
That's awesome.
it, and it like struck me, I was like, oh man, they like it feels obvious, but it's like attention to detail is fun. And then like, and it's like not cheating, because like I don't know, I also I feel a certain kind of way about having like all these, like someone with DID and all these personalities like physically look different, because like real people with DID don't really get that, but like in a fantasy world it works. But anyway, I thought it was really cool, and you can really see, I forget the actress's name, but like it looks more like one continuous take, just because she doesn't change costumes or anything, and like she's just like fighting with herself, and it's really cool. I think just like that whole like struggle. I like that scene a lot.
Yes, that is good. That is a good one. All right, well, let's get into least favorite episode. What do we think? What are we thinking? I think I have one, but we've already touched on a reason. One of the reasons just that I don't like it.
Is it Hair Patrol?
Hair Patrol?
It's Hair Patrol.
Yeah.
It's Hair Patrol.
It's
I
Hair
love
Patrol.
Hair Patrol.
It just is. It's gross.
It's very gross.
It literally made me gag. Like the A plot, gross. So gross.
Very gross.
Yes. B plot with Niles.
Kind of racist.
Is that that's the one with Niles' backstory? Oh yeah, that
They needed to write
it feels very
love interest better, because she's just like a nameless
it feels very
woman that takes care of him.
Very like colonial white man finds and wants to study this savage, but then like oh, now I'm in love, and like
Hair Patrol was
to be immortal so we can live together. Now that she has magic, she's interesting. Like now that she has magic, I need to know everything about her.
So I looked up the actress, and she's not indigenous, she's Thai, which feels very all people of color are the same.
I guess, I mean, they were in Russia or Asia or something, though, right? So I guess that's...
it
could be worse. Okay. I think they were... Because they said something about the Mongols when they were, like, traveling. So that's better. But yeah, it's definitely... They definitely make the character just... Well, they definitely just make the character just, like, stereotypical savage kind of aesthetic, which is very, like...
very uncomfy. And I have some worries about the daughter, which I'll get to with season 2.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I forgot that was the B plot of that episode. All I was thinking was the cyborg C plot of that episode, which I thought was kind of interesting. And the like cyborg and I like how I know, you know, we all play D&D, so don't split the party is like a whole thing, but they really split the party a lot in this show, and it's very interesting to see the different relationships. So I like how, like in Hair Patrol, in Jane Patrol, Hair Patrol, and whatever one is right after that, where we see what was going on with Larry and his lover, Larry and John, are all very interesting because they split the party and have all these different relationships that are like being showcased, and I think it's really fun because they do a lot of that, and you get to see a lot of, because I hate like an ensemble show where only some of the ensemble ever interacts. Like that's such a wasted opportunity. Like I love when you get to see all of the a whole bunch of different. It's really cool, and I think they do that in this one. They show a lot of the different relationships. So that's the one plus for Hair Patrol that I've got.
My favorite relationship that we don't actually get to see a whole lot is the one between Rita and Larry.
Yeah.
And the fact that they are just best friends, but you don't have to say anything about it. We are best friends. Because
they have been for years, like before the show starts. Because we start kind of with Cliff, so it's afterwards.
Like,
but yeah, they just are best friends. Yeah.
We don't have to say it. We don't have to show it, but no, we are best friends.
They move in together after they're all separated. Like Yeah, no, it's very fun. And like Rita just speaks for him all the time.
Yeah, no, Larry's coming. Let's go.
It's a fun relationship. I like
it's super
relationship.
good.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I don't really have any other least favorite episodes really besides Hair Patrol.
I also honorable mention to Paw Patrol for being completely erased from my memory. We were just talking about this before the show started. I was looking through the episodes and I was like, what is Paw Patrol?
Paw Patrol, interesting. The
Cult
dogs? Patrol, yeah, those two were a little weird for me because we're already trying to get into this universe of like these heroes and things, and then throwing in this entire like magic Doctor Strange-esque background thing was just weird.
Yeah, I felt
but if they wanted it was fine.
I liked the character, like I like the character work in Cult Patrol, but then Paw Patrol kind of felt a little flatter for me. Like I was less into it at that point. It was kind of like it was kind of out of left field to get all this stuff thrown at us. But I liked some of the stuff they did in Cult Patrol, and then I liked Paw Patrol a little less.
Paw Patrol was all Niles and Mr. Nobody, wasn't it?
It was their whole scheme. Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's why. Also, the other one was
I'm probably biased because I'm a big fan of Mark Sheppard because of my Supernatural phase and Leverage.
Which one is that?
And everything. He plays the same character. He's the magic guy.
Magic guy. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. So I think
I don't dislike his character. It's just definitely out of like left field.
Yeah.
A little bit.
All right. Any hot takes into the hot takes on the series?
Okay. I have a question.
I have an answer.
Is Matt Bomer attractive? I can't tell.
Yes.
I feel like he's so generic looking.
Who?
That he made
Larry.
Yeah.
He's perfect for that part. He's
he's attractive.
I think he's just boring.
Well, yeah, because he's just a perfect like hot-blooded American male stereotype, like all-American boy guy. Like he just looks so perfectly for that part.
Yeah. I think he's attractive.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like he's conventionally attractive, especially in that time period. Like, especially in that time period, that's the kind of look you want.
I like how that's the hot take.
I just don't know.
I do have an actual
hot take.
Well, not that that's not a hot take. I have one that's a little more of it.
Okay.
And again, disclaimer: I like this show, and I like enjoy what they did with all of the characters and stuff, but I just want us to be aware, or like I just wanted to point out, I guess, as something that I observed, was that we're watching this show, and I'm gonna take this so I'm gonna say 7 main characters, which is the 5 quote unquote Doom Patrol, Niles and Mr. Nobody.
Yeah.
Out of them, 5 of them have characters that basically boil down to an entitled white privileged person being an asshole, and that's their character, like a different flavor of it. And then of what we have left, we have 36 personalities stuffed into one Latina body, and they're called essentially crazy bitch multiple times in the show, which is a thing, sure. And then we have, lastly, to round it out, one black man who also happens to be rich and who we watch multiple times the footage of him brutally murdering his parents multiple times. So just as I like all their characters, and it's good like separately. And also Cyborg's B-plot is, or I mean not even B-plot, but like his whole plot with becoming less human and being afraid of being less human is a very bad black and dark person of color stereotype. Usually it's a beast thing. This time it's a robot thing, so it's different. But that is something, and I love Cyborg. I love Cyborg's character, and I know that's like a constant. But just as a thing that I'm pointing out, there's one main black character in the show, and he is struggling with losing his humanity. We do have a white man who loses his humanity also, but yeah, 5 white entitled assholes. I'm just putting it out there. That's who they are.
Yeah.
When we were talking about what went wrong, I was going to bring up something very similar.
Really?
Like, about,
I was debating here or there, but I was like, this feels like a fun thing to throw in a hot take.
Yeah.
When we're talking about the trauma of like othering, they other each other through the narrative and through like character actions a lot.
Yeah.
Like Niles' backstory, the amount that Cyborg is tortured compared
Yeah.
to White
Absolutely. Oh no, absolutely. Yeah.
a lot. I
Mhm.
was like, I
And
don't
the
think
amount
I
we
watched
see him
it
beat up compared to other people,
Mhm.
like obviously we're not going to see Rita beat up because that's not really how her like power works. And like of course like the pretty
Yeah.
woman, either she's a
Mhm.
monstrous blob or she's a beautiful woman. um, but yeah, no, it's definitely like I
Mhm.
said, there's a lot of brutal, like we see Cyborg torn apart multiple times.
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh,
I
okay,
think
big. I love you.
the torturing kind of goes back to like, you know, him losing his humanity, and that's the only thing you can torture. I think that's why he's tortured a bit more, but no, I definitely
it's not
understand.
like again, I think like the character, like I like the character and stuff. It's just it definitely feeds
Mhm.
into like the overarching narrative of our
Yeah.
like society-scape is there's just these tropes that are bad and they do
Mhm.
play into some of them.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's because the comics were written before. I've never actually read any. Have you read any Doom Patrol?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not.
I haven't read any.
I didn't know anything about Doom Patrol going in.
But
Yeah, I didn't either.
Mhm.
I did see one thing that the author, when he was creating Jane's character, I guess was going off of a memoir of someone who did have DID, except back then it was called multiple personality disorder. So
Mhm.
I've never read the memoir and I don't remember what the name is, but it's cool at least that he was doing research if
Mhm.
that is
At that
true.
time.
That was probably on Reddit, so I'm not, you know,
Mhm.
not I didn't fact check it very much, but
Yeah.
if that's true, then that's cool. But yeah, it's definitely, you know, as comics, American comics, definitely there's a lot of tropes of things you can point
Yeah.
to in American comics overall, but
I think adapting is hard when you
yeah,
have so
it is.
involved with like racist
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
capitalist systems.
Mhm.
How do you try to strip that back without losing the core of
Mhm.
what the story
For sure.
is?
Yeah.
They did a hard job, and I think they did well in some parts and
Mhm.
not
Mhm.
so well in others.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
I just want everyone to recognize
Yeah,
Jane's alters as
yeah,
people
as
and
people. Yeah,
calling them Jane.
yeah, for sure.
Yes. Call them by their
It's-
names.
Yeah, and like, they never use the word system or alters in the show, do they?
Mm-mm.
I wish they did. I like,
Yeah.
and they also never use the term DID or dissociative identity disorder. For those who weren't
Mhm.
aware, dissociative identity disorder (DID) used to be called multiple personality disorder. Now
Mhm.
it is dissociative identity disorder. That's what Jane has.
Yeah.
And they don't call it that in the show, which like,
They use it as like
Yeah.
her power, and I don't know. I
which is what I was really
Yeah,
scared
it's
about. 'Cause they're like, oh,
interesting.
36 personalities with different power. I'm like, oh boy, what are we
Oof,
doing
yeah.
here? Is it Split? What are we doing?
Mhm.
I haven't
Ugh.
seen Split for the record,
Oh, gotcha.
but I have read things about it.
I am glad they didn't make like the first episode. I thought they were leading up to like there's an evil supervillain alter inside her. She has to keep
Yeah,
No.
her whole
I'm really glad they didn't go there.
yeah,
Mhm.
when they have Cliff looking through the tapes and then like finding her map of the
Mhm.
underground and stuff, I was very like, oh god, like someone's getting like dragged back into the
Yeah.
like that's okay. Like I don't really want that
Mhm.
because you know in the end like it's just a traumatized little girl created all of these personalities to protect herself. So it's
Mhm.
like I don't know. Yeah, no, there's a lot of bad stereotypes with DID and violence and stuff, which aren't
Mhm.
usually how it actually presents in real life.
Yeah.
So that's not great for real people who have the disorder,
Mhm.
from my understanding, which is just my own personal research and by no means in
Seek out
like
opinions from people with DID. Like I said, I recommend
Yeah.
the simplicity in me so
Yes.
much.
for sure. But yeah, so
Let's see. Any other hot takes? I do have one.
Ooh,
But
go for
it is kind of based on another series that this kind of tied into in that series. I don't like Cyborg being in this because I want him to be in Titans.
that's a valid complaint.
Yeah.
No, that's valid. Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
I enjoy that he is like the moral compass for this group.
Mhm.
But the Titans show would be so much stronger if Cyborg had a plot where he is chasing down these teens as like a good hero. If he was the one chasing them down
That
and
would
then
be
he
fun.
finds them, and it would be so much a stronger show. And there is an episode in in Titans where they meet the Doom Patrol.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, really? Is it,
And Beast Boy is a part of the Doom Patrol.
Oh.
Yeah. So all of this is happening after Beast Boy leaves.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But and also the guy who plays Niles is a completely different dude, by the way. And they just recast him because they needed a bit more of a famous actor.
I forgot to say something about Niles. They did the thing where the wheelchair character is evil.
Stan. Oh yeah.
And also stands up
and
multiple times. Like, and they show him, you know. Anyway, they did the thing where the wheelchair user is an evil person, which is also not a great thing.
So yeah, that's my hot take. I want the other show to be stronger by having Cyborg in it.
That makes sense.
Because Cyborg is a good character that everyone knows.
Right, and our generation at least associates with the Teen Titans. I definitely. Well, I haven't watched any of the Titans yet. But I was surprised to see. I guess I didn't realize that Cyborg was in Doom Patrol.
Yeah,
and I was surprised. I think you mentioned him before, Scott, but I had forgotten by the time I started watching. And I was like, wow, okay, he's here. But then the way they integrated him again with all the different relationships and stuff, I thought was really fun. So I totally agree. But they did do a good job with what they decided to do. But I haven't seen Titans, but that makes sense to me. Yeah. I could see it being improved with having Cyborg.
It would be so much better.
It'd be a different energy without Cyborg, right?
It really does.
It'd be well, Doom Patrol would definitely have a different energy.
Well, that's true. They would need someone else to fill that role. You can't not have that role.
You'd need a good character to guide everybody and be sure. No, we are good people. At least maybe. But it would improve that show so much. It is difficult to watch. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to like Titans. Help me like Titans.
Maybe we'll have to do a thing on it so we can discuss it and find the good kernels in there. But not today.
not today. Okay. But that is my hot take. I want Cyborg in there instead of in this, because it is in the same universe. Is the thing is they show you Robot Man, Rita, and Larry, all the same actors.
That's cool.
Niles is the only one that's not the same actor.
I guess for both Cliff and Larry, you don't necessarily need the same actor to be there, but I appreciate that they did it.
It was Matt Balmer and it was Brendan Fraser, and I was that's kind of cool.
Cool.
That is my hot take. Any other hot take? Oh, another
here's
hot take?
My last hot take.
Okay.
Which I kind of mentioned before, but I think Elliot should have come back. I know we didn't see the moment, and he could have technically come back and run away or something, but I think he should have come back and just been this weird teen living in their house. I just think there's so much there. He's not there all the time, but he just walks out in his pajamas, takes a look and just walks away. He has headphones on, the teen energy. I think it's funny. That's my hot take. I think he should have. Yeah,
I've seen Elliot just a little bit, and he just is completely unaware of anything else that's going on.
Yeah, well, he doesn't know anything either. He lived in a house his entire 18 years of life. It would be funny to see him be so confused.
Just in the background of everything, just going, nope, not dealing with this.
No, and then he leaves. He could get cool destroyer powers or something. I don't know. You can do, or even not, even no powers. He's funny to just be there. That's my hot take.
This boy full of tattoos.
This tattooed book man.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. That would be fun. I agree with that. All right. This is a new segment in our little show, The Part Where we're going to kind of be if you like this thing, you'll like the show we're talking about. So if you like A, you'll like B, kind of thing. So I'll go first. If you like Sky High, but it was written with Deadpool style narration, you'll like Doom Patrol.
I forget. Oh my god,
that movie's so bad.
We didn't share these before.
Sky High swearing with Deadpool style narration, you'll like Doom Patrol.
Oh my god, I can't. There's nothing I can say. I literally cannot top that.
I know, my normal answers sound so dumb now. That's the perfect description.
It's
really as good as you can get.
I was debating on either using Sky High or do we remember the Tim Allen movie Zoom?
Yes.
So I was
has
debating
a Zoom
on
energy, but with
those.
adults. Zoom energy with adults because they're misfit freaks. Yes.
I thought that was pretty good. So if you like that, you'll like Who else has got one?
I went with, if you like iZombie, you'll like Doom Patrol.
iZombie.
Oh,
I haven't seen iZombie.
I also haven't seen it.
It has the same campy energy, and it's monster of the week. They try to solve a murder, but he eats their brains and absorbs their personality as a zombie.
Okay.
And gets like flashbacks from the murder and has to confront it. It's very dumb. It also has some not helpful connections representation wise. But it's really fun and really dumb. And I think it has similar energy.
Really fun and really dumb does kind of apply to the show a little bit.
That is the show, like, nail on the head.
Yeah, I couldn't really think of too many things. I was just like Deadpool, kind of. If you like Deadpool stuff, like, you know, it's kind of similar. The like narration and stuff, the like wall breaking narration and like the like not afraid to just be crass and go there. I couldn't think of anything else. If I do, maybe we can tweet some things out. We come up with things later.
And tweet us your like if you
if you have suggestions,
please, at the podcast or at the Part Where Pod, I think is our name.
Yes, it is.
The Part Where Pod, yeah. Please tweet us. We'd love that. All right, down to the nitty gritty. We've talked about some things that went wrong in this series and representation wise and that kind of stuff. But what else do we think kind of went wrong? I have one. Season 2 being released weekly. I'm sad about it. I wanted it all just to be released at once.
Episodes out first.
Well, yeah, really weird.
Are they gonna do like 3 episodes a week
none of us have watched it yet, right? Maybe the first 3 episodes are like connected. Is that why they did it?
Maybe they're all one
instead of just making it one big massive first episode. They did like 3.
Yeah, I wanted all 15. I just wanted give me all 15. I will watch them.
Our original plan is the reason that this is coming out now is because we were gonna watch all of it and then talk about season 2 and season 1 right now. But obviously that's not happening because
so we're just talking about season 1 and then we'll talk about the other ones on YouTube and then maybe do an episode maybe on season 2. But if we're doing it all on YouTube, I don't know if we will. But I'm sad about season 2 being released in chunks. That's lame.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know if you guys will agree with this, but when I got to the end of this season, I thought it was kind of underwhelming. Like, and it was kind of the point, like they pointed out within the narration and everything, like that there's no real like final battle or anything, but like I was definitely like laying here watching the part where Niles is like reliving the same robot battle over and over and over again, and it like got really old. Really, they showed it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and it's the exact same footage for a lot of it, so it's just like, oh my goodness. And like I don't know, that dragged on a little. I just thought it ended like kind of slow, and like even like the last episode when they get to we go back to Danny Street and everything, like that's fun. Like I enjoyed that, although I don't know the cockroach and rat like it's just being there.
Again, the show is not afraid to show you a cockroach and a mouse
making out
and
over with lots of tongue
and running across their tongue.
Everyone's allowed in Danny Street, guys.
I mean, that's true. You're not wrong.
Anything's allowed. Oh jeez. Yeah.
I don't know. I just, and I get that was kind of the point. And also we have season 2. It's not like it was a 1 season thing. Yeah. So obviously it's not over season yet, but coming. Just like, I was like really enjoying it. And then we got to like the last couple episodes and I was kind of like, like obviously they can't tie everything up, but I'm like, I don't know. I kind of wanted something more somehow and I like didn't get it. Yeah. But I'm hopeful for season 2 to deliver on that.
Yes. So. Me too. Haley, anything?
Most of my problems were with representation, so I'm gonna say the streaming platform it's on.
That's a good thing to talk about.
We're all on Scott's account right now.
Yes, DC Universe.
It hasn't created a whole lot of stuff. Everyone should stop the proliferation of it's dumb and unhelpful.
I don't watch cable TV at all anymore, pretty much. But like, I don't want cable TV on my computer just with a different name, and I have to pay for everything separately. Like I don't know.
I was watching it on HBO Max. And that's fine because it's got a whole bunch of other stuff. But like just having DC is a little weird.
Well, yeah, it's all the things that are just your own streaming service, and if it's like I don't know, it's like God. Like, like I guess if you're a diehard DC fan, it's nice to have all your DC content in one place. But if you're not, like this is unrelated, but I was a huge Young Justice fan back when it came out. I was waiting for season 3 forever. Season 3 is only on their show, and I still haven't watched it because it came out years ago at this point now, right? And I never watched it because I didn't have. That's all I wanted to watch, and I didn't want to get the DC Universe subscription, so I still haven't watched it.
We should talk about Young Justice soon.
I would love to do Young Justice.
I like the first season of Young Justice.
Oh yeah, the first season is the first season I was literally god tier. The first season is like one of my favorite things ever.
Okay, predictions for
season 2.
Yes,
Thank you, Haley.
Thank you, Haley. Well, we're just gonna start talking about Young Justice. Predictions for season 2. I assume just from watching the Titans thing is we're gonna get a team up with Titans characters. That's what I hope. I'm hoping for it. I'd love to see it.
I feel like that makes sense.
And then with that, we actually might have Cyborg leaving if that happens.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that is interesting.
And kind of being like, well, because I haven't seen season 2 of Titans yet, so that might be something wrong.
Gotcha.
Something wrong with that, but I think that might happen, and then just kind of leaving Doom Patrol to be like, oh no, we don't have a leader, and then
or maybe even just for a couple episodes, right?
Yeah,
they could have him leave and then come back.
That'd be cool.
Interesting. Yeah,
I think that'd be pretty fun. Other predictions?
Yeah, I read an article about like the history of the Doom Patrol comics because I want to see like what they changed, blah blah blah. And they had like different lineups throughout this year. And when Jane was added, they added another character who was a little girl who had a facial deformity that looked very monkey-ish. And so I'm very afraid because of the photography of Niall's daughter.
Oh yeah, Dorothy.
That they're going to make her that character.
I see.
Which I don't think is good.
The connotations of that are just bad.
Oh no.
So I don't know if that's what they're actually going to do or why they shot her the way they did.
Yeah. I feel like she at least has a beard, right? She at least has a beard.
Yeah, she's got facial hair or something. Like,
unless she's his daughter
like,
with a different mistress.
Like you can see like screen grabs and things of what they look like because of the season 2 trailer. If you haven't seen it,
I haven't watched any.
Okay,
season 2
gotcha. Stuff. Yeah, they definitely show his daughter, and she has the Neolithic kind of look that her mom had.
Interesting.
And
so here's my prediction for season 2 is they'll get a little more into all of that, and I'm giving them another chance to redeem themselves a little bit with that whole backstory and story ongoing. That doesn't fill me with a lot of
and
but we'll see. I'm like, open mind.
It reminds me of the original Jumanji when the kid starts turning into a monkey. That's kind of what it looks like, and I'm like, I don't know.
More positive prediction. I think Larry's gonna get a love interest. That's what I think.
Interesting.
Okay. Gap in his arc.
Okay. I think to like move on.
What if I just ship him with a negative spirit?
I'm sure people do.
I don't know. I guess it would depend on how they handled it. Would be my. Oh, you know what? Oh, okay. This is not a prediction. This is an anti-prediction. I don't think they're going to address this, and I want them to desperately. I don't even know the names of Larry's sons. How come we get so much about Cliff's daughter, and
we don't know
Clara,
the names of Larry's sons.
I think Clara's going to come back. Also, real thing, but Larry does not care about his children. What the fuck, Larry? I know you're hung up on your gay lover, but what the fuck?
I think it's just because it wasn't. It like. I guess, they are important to him, but it wasn't as important.
They're not. In every backstory we see, they're just props.
They're just there.
He doesn't interact with them. You never see him interact with his son.
Which might come into play. It could.
If it did, I would.
Like
I
we
would
just have 2 boys that show up to the manor.
Yeah, they haven't framed it that way. Yeah, they'd be men. They'd be older, but they haven't framed it that way 60s. Yet. But I am a little upset
for Larry.
Yeah. I think he should care more about his sons.
Yeah.
We have a lot of absentee fathering going on in the show. And
Yeah.
More things for Larry to do in the next season. He's gonna have another fabulous performance on Danny Street.
I hope so. He
I hope
better.
we have a whole nother
I hope that's a thing.
jazz line down.
That better be an
Danny
oncoming
Street.
thing.
I hope. I really want it.
It was so good.
It was so good. It was so fun.
There's gonna be an episode where the A plot is Cliff going to talk to his daughter, and the B plot is dealing with Jane and Niall's relationship.
I can see that.
Fatherhood episode.
I can see that.
Father Patrol.
Oh boy.
And that's where the kids show up. There's a C plot with Larry.
It's the C plot. Okay.
B plot, Cyborg and his dad.
Ooh. Yeah.
They be having fathers, y'all.
Everyone's got dads. Everyone's
got
dad
dad issues.
Everybody's a D&D character.
Rita, we see Rita's parents for like two minutes, and Rita's parents also. Rita has dad issues and mom issues.
Everybody's got parental issues. I'm excited for season 2. I really enjoyed being able to kind of turn my brain off for the show and like just enjoying it for like the comedy in this is funny.
Yeah.
You will be laughing.
It revels in stupidity.
For sure.
And I'm a fan of stupid things, and this is a show that is stupid and does not take itself seriously whatsoever. But it does have those good heartening moments, and I love that. I like this series overall.
Yeah.
I hope it season 2 redeems it a little bit. Like
I'm giving them another chance on some of these things.
In aspects that we've come over, that it redeems itself and tries to like fix some things.
Yeah.
Let's get into our parts. Let's make our little recipe for this Doom Patrol.
Right.
I'm gonna give it a part. I'm a comedic part.
Yes.
This show is funny. It is funny. It is fun to watch and funny to like. It's just between the orgasming scene and
that's so much.
And just the character of Flex.
Flex. Oh, we didn't even talk about Flex.
We did not talk about Flex, but he is just.
Wait, where's Dolores also? Give me Dolores and give me Elliot. That's what I want. They show up and Flex just has a son now. That's my prediction. Dolores comes back with Elliot and they just adopt Elliot.
But between like Flex and then like the Cliff Steele antics of him just being like, I can't taste, I can't smell it.
The soap opera episode with when Flex watching the soap opera.
Yep.
And Clint is on there.
Cliff is on it.
Good.
It's so good.
I keep calling him Clint. What is wrong with me? Cliff. I know his name. So comedy.
apart for comedy, and apart for a good villain. I love good villains.
Yeah.
Mr. Nobody is so interesting to like think about, that this person is just kind of, he knows everything. Things should have gone his way because he knows what's gonna happen. So I like that. A good villain deserves a part.
It's fun. Yeah.
And can I say, he's one of the only people that can pull off meta jokes. I hate when shows do meta jokes. Him and Doom Patrol merch, amazing.
Yeah.
It's
a very specific kind of thing to be able to pull off meta jokes and stuff, but yeah.
Parts from others?
I have a part stupid, just full,
as it is.
Full revelry and stupid.
Yep.
I have a part found family, lovely.
Yes.
It feels family. Like I think a lot of superhero team ups, they try to do the
and they don't succeed.
But this really does.
Yes.
And a part, just double check before you write things.
We should.
A part
with someone.
Yeah. Have consultants. I think especially for things that are like from an actual I want to say publishing company, but that's a book thing. Like when you have an actual, like, you could have a team, you have the money budget, and like you could hire someone to be a consultant. You should hire someone to be sensitivity consultants, I think, on things
or something like that.
It is hard when you're adapting comics, especially older comics and stuff. I don't know when the Doom Patrol was first written, but anyway,
a while ago.
Yeah. So part
sensitivity.
Check. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to give it a part for character growth and stuff. I don't think they're all the way there yet either. So like like a kind of realistic take on really shitty people trying to be better and not always succeeding. That's a very long part name, but I'm going with it. Because they do a lot of it
that are trying to be good.
Yeah, for just owning their assholes and still having them try to be good in spite of being assholes for the most part.
I heard a part of owning their assholes.
Part of owning their assholes. That is.
Yes.
I'm gonna end it there. There
you go.
Last part owning their assholes. Even the donkey. No. We don't deal with the donkey asshole. I'm sorry. That's false.
Oh my gosh. I had fun watching this show, and however, I am much more excited for what we're watching next week. Next week, we are going through the movie Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh,
this is our first movie on the podcast. I'm excited. It is very good. Okay. I'm gonna try to watch all of the Mad Maxes before Fury Road. I'm gonna try. No, you don't have to. I mean, just so that I have some backstory, but like
we'll see. Maybe
I'll see if I can find a place where all of them are. But we're watching Mad Max Fury Road next week, which is super fun. And talk about I don't want to say not giving a shit. They gave a shit, but just in the best way.
Yeah. I'm excited. I still haven't seen it. I've been meaning to watch it for years and years. So
it's so good.
I'm excited.
So thanks everybody for listening. This has been the Part Where podcast. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, on YouTube. We're trying to get on Google Play right now. I'm very excited. I'm super excited. And be sure to follow us on Twitter, like and subscribe, and all those fun things.
Thank you for being part of our Doom part roll.
Thank you, Haley.
You guys.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.